For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Seth freaking Rollins is motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal. The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk. From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, over 20 years ago, Seth Rollins got in the car and drove from Iowa to the East Coast to try out for CM Punk's training school. He redefined himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT, and then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. And Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back, and that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds. And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014. Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
Magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, that really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins is going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Oh, CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
You want to talk about dream matches? Even before the animosity started to boil between these two, CM Punk and Seth freaking... And turfed out of the ring with a heavy landing right on that spine. You may not want to get up here because something bad, throwing absolute caution to the wind there, and it paid off big time.
If you're Seth Rollins, you've got to try to keep the emotions in check. Focus on the task at hand, and that's taking out CM Punk.
Yeah, but Punk's not afraid to play mind games. If Punk sees an opening to set Rollins off, to take Rollins' eye off the ball, he's gonna take it. Rollins simply cannot, under any circumstances, take the bait in this match.
Perfect drop kick.
If Seth freaking Rollins wants to finally... Oh, the pinning combination! Might have caught a second wind here.
Ooh! And he counters. He's bracing for it. Pile driver! Spiked him. There's a certain amount of anger you have to have towards your opponent to pile drive them like that. Suplex attempt. Able to go behind, though. Escapes, and a chop block takes him down. Seen Rollins do this before.
That patented high-impact offense from the visionary. Punk's completely rattled now.
Spinning heel kick. CM Punk playing to the crowd now. Oh, great wherewithal there.
Crack your knuckles. We've got a Donnybrook here. And this match is swiftly turning into a knockdown, drag-out affair. All this heavy artillery is really adding up.
What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what.
Boom.
Toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavy bags.
This has turned into a violent game of chicken. Who's going to step off the gas first? Falcon arrow.
Punk never saw that coming. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE. And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to...
Look out!
Stomp into the ground. That could be Punk's demise.
Into the cover. A kick out. Oh my God!
Simply unreal. Potentially inhuman. Kicking out at one. How on earth?
And we know Rollins has a temper. You have to think he's... Takedown. Looking for the cross. Just within reach of the ropes and forcing the submission to end. Catches the kick. Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years. The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I know my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw? It says here he now works with office supplies. Sent straight into the barricade. And that core area really getting lit up.
And now he's back into the ring. He's got to mind the count-out rules as he heads ringside. Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect
Taking flight.
smacked with an open palm.
Oh, colliding with a barricade. Hey, WWE Universe, be prepared for some guests. And he's leaving the ring for the moment.
Now entering the raucous crowd. Just don't forget about the referee's count.
And Rollins capitalizes.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole the bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. Rollins can find something similar to set Punk up. It could give him the mental advantage tonight.
Goes for the suplex. Power up high. Oh, but dropping behind and a chop block.
Up and, oh, knee right to the spine. This crowd absolutely getting their money's worth tonight.
Shot to the face gets him out of it.
Oh, we know what's coming here.
Reigns down an elbow retaliation.
Headed back to ringside.
He comes back over the barricade. Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
The visionary, the revolutionary, the architect.
Is it enough? Is this the end? And the count stops short of 2.
Somehow able to kick out before a 2 count. How are they still going like this?
Swift answer with the boot.
Showing some extra scouting, knowing how to answer a counter with a counter of your own.
Hoisted up high here.
Making a hasty retreat to the outside. Some may consider this an act of cowardice, but I personally think it's strategic thinking.
It looks like things are spilling out into the WWE Universe.
Well, time to get out of Dodge as our announce desk is assuredly not long for this world. And going amongst the crowd now.
But remember, countouts are active in this match. Trying to put them away, able to counter it.
Big clothesline.
Getting away from the unwashed masses and back to ringside. He's got to make some moves here or suffer the countout.
And Punk making his way back to the ring.
Uh-oh.
German suplex released.
CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk says that tonight he's completely healed. But Wade, you're an athlete. Never divulge the extent of your injuries, right?
Oh, I absolutely would. For sympathy.
Real classy, Wade.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk. These two men, two absolute titans in this industry. Similar in so many ways. They're both putting everything on the line tonight, battling with everything they have.
And this capacity Monday Night Raw crowd, no doubt, knows that they are watching an instant classic unfold between these two right before their very eyes.
Heading to the top now.
From the top, tremendous impact.
What's this? He's going.
And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
I hit your move. They sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk. Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute! Oh my goodness! Cover! Isn't it up and a kick out?
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp. I'm coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS. Looking to deliver one of his own. Oh, and he connected. And Punk kicks out.
Rollins perhaps going in for the kill.
With the stomp. Now Rollins needs to end this. Shoulders down. Somehow he kicked out.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way, Punk will always find a way to survive and continue fighting.
How often do you see Seth Rollins come up that short, that close? He's got to be...
CM Punk looking dominant here. Oh my, here we go.
Good night, GTS. Seth's eyes look glazed over.
Repeated knees to the hamstring. CM Punk looking to end things here.
Boom! GTS. It's all Punk's for the taking.
And into the pin.
2 count. Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner.
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world. This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes
comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.